A Philly judge proves that she rocks by freeing Columbus from his stupid box. Philadelphia, the birthplace of the wedgie, Jim, has removed a plywood box that had been covering a Christopher Columbus statue for more than 2 years. That's after a judge ruled it had to be taken down. Plus, they needed the wood to cover vacant store windows. Or as they call it in Philly, a new crack house. Old Chris had been covered since the riots of 2020. He's on the left. When Philly Mayor Jim Kenney ordered the statue's removal, calling it a matter of public safety. Apparently, it was the only way to keep Columbus from getting mugged. But apparently, delusional activists feared the monument itself could put lives in danger. You know, in case the statue comes to life, like Al Gore did. But the city couldn't get the legal authority to do that, so they boxed it up, and it's been a legal fight ever since. And poor CC has been sitting in a box like it's Gwyneth Paltrow's severed head.
Gross.
I know, huh? And that was fiction. Bummer. But now it seems like the years of anti-statue hysteria are over with this latest ruling. The judge says if the city disagrees with the message the statue sends, it can add its own plaque with what it wants to convey, which likely won't happen since it requires real work, and Philly outlawed that years ago. I wonder what the president thinks about all this.
No, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't take down the statue, they put it in a box. You put things in boxes that you like. Like this right here. See this box? You know what's in it? It's a gift for Jill. It's a Nutcracker guy. Hey, Nutcracker. He thinks he's a tough guy. Did you know that I could kick your ass? No, you couldn't. You'd go down just like Corn Pop did.
The biggest joke in this story is that Philadelphia covered the statue for public safety. If they're worried about that, why not put a box around Philadelphia? Then again, maybe we got it wrong. Maybe we need to put boxes around more things.
Honestly, Philadelphia has inspired me. Covering things up just because some people consider them offensive is wrong. It's time we make this right.
You guys, thank you. Nobody opened me up in 2 years. Now I know what it's like to be one of Gutfeld's books.
That was just that stupid skit just used to insult me. You know, because it's the holiday spirit, I'm going to pretend like it didn't happen. But boy, does that piss me off. Harold, we were in the green room, and you said, I'm so happy we're bringing Christopher Columbus back. Extremely underrated explorer and all-around great guy who got unfairly maligned by the biased liberal media of the 1700s. That's what you said.
I don't know if I said it like that or all of that, but I do think there's a difference between Columbus and the folks that fought, fighting to keep blacks and others enslaved. Christopher Columbus, I've never been a big believer in not telling his story. I think there's a fullness to the story because he didn't necessarily want it told the way it was told, and we should educate Americans, educate young people all alike about the birth of the country and how he was a part of helping to declare that this was a land over here, although there were people living here before. I still call it Columbus Day and indigenous people. It takes too much time to say indigenous people's day, but Christopher Columbus is a part of our history, and we shouldn't be afraid, nor should we be afraid to talk about the Native Americans that were here before him. So I hope Philly and every city is able to do that.
Yeah, and it is easier to say Columbus drunk than indigenous. Imagine being wasted and trying to say indigenous. You know, Kat,
you can get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to end up saying something really bad. You know, Kat, I bet there's something in New York you want to put a box over. You know what it is.
Yeah, the Christmas tree.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I don't want to move. I just want to move it to Staten Island.
Yes, I'm with you. I honestly, there's nothing worse in New York than the Rockefeller Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It is the most anti-holiday thing that has ever been done because it drives people to criminality.
Yeah, I believe that. Let's go with that. Okay. But also,
no one's really angry at Columbus.
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I get so pissed when I see all these statues of Columbus.
Yeah.
Because I get lost all the time, and I got no statues. I've gotten lost, I would say, a lot more time than this guy. I don't have a day named for me.
Yeah.
Not even in my own country.
Yeah.
So enough. I mean, enough.
Enough?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're saying get rid of the Columbus
He
statue?
got lost. And we're like, amazing. That's a very simple version of the story.
Yes. God, I wish I had you in my history class. Morgan, you know what's interesting? When you look back, it's 2 years ago, maybe, whatever. Doesn't it seem like a weird kind of period of delusion when people were running around knocking down statues, no one was stopping, and then it just stopped? It's like it was like a purge, and then we never talk about it anymore. It's so strange.
It's because Biden got elected. So.
That was it?
The statues aren't a problem anymore. You know, what's interesting, there's been at least 488 homicides in Philadelphia this year. From 2015 to 2021, overdoses went up 100%. So you would think that the Philly mayor would be a little bit busier with other things than statues and boxes. I'm also really curious to know how many government workers it took to remove that box, like how many unionized workers it took. I bet that was a pretty penny for the Philadelphia taxpayer.
You know, Jim, you're a widely respected historian and self-abuser. When you look back at this period, what strikes you about this attack on our nation's founder?
That's also true.
I've had enough of Columbus. I hate people who want to cover the statue, and I hate people upset that the statue is covered. I don't care. Everything that happens culturally, people think is a direct reflection on them.
I know.
And it's not. This statue stinks. It looks like he's wearing yoga pants and a dress. It's an ugly statue. It doesn't mean anything. His haircut stinks. It's a dumb look, and I don't care. I don't get any anger about it, and I don't get any good feelings. It's not a reflection of Jim Norton. It's a meaningless fight. Everyone just wants to put their stink on something. They want to feel like they moved the needle a little bit. Who cares?
It's, you know, what you're talking about is like no one really is angry about this.
They're you know why birds on statues? Because they're allowed to. That's why they do.
I don't think anything wiser has ever been said about a statue.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.